So you want to welcome you all to our last and final game of the day, Olympians versus Ducks. It should be a good one. Good tackle by Dion Smith of the Olympians. So the Olympians just come off their first win of the day. They beat the Generals 32-13, and the Ducks did lose earlier to the Vikings 27-20 in a close game. So the Ducks definitely need a win here. So first down, Ducks. Let's see what they do. It's a quick pass to Granville up the middle. He's still up. Finally tackled by Kevin Cunningham, number 12 for the Olympians.
Well, I told him, I said, FYI, they were saying you made a punch. But you punched. He's like, no, I pushed him off. I said, well, we're going to go back and look at it. But I'm saying, we're never look at it because we don't want none of that shit. I said, you already know. I said, if some shit like that happens, then you need to tell the ref and let the ref handle it. Not you interact because now it's on you. So, yeah, I know.
It's going to be first down. Once again, they did get a first. 20's the line of game, and he's looking for Granville, and he overthrows him, and Trey Norman drops the easy interception. I know he's going to wish he could take that play back. So it's going to be second down, Ducks. 20 is the line of game for the first.
Okay, so it is second down for the Ducks. Kind of a high snap. Montgomery gets it off. You get to the Morrell, who gets all the way down just shy of the 20. So the Ducks send somebody in motion. Gets it off. Good flag pull by number 7, Pedraza. So that will be first down. Ducks pitch it back. Tries to make a defender miss, but tackled about the 20, so they lose a couple of yards. So Montgomery back to pass. He finds an open receiver who is unable to corral it in the end zone. So that will be an incomplete pass. So Morel takes it and he pitches it back to Cody Paul, who's still going. And Norman able to pull his flag and make that tackle. So it will be 4th down, and they are going for it.
So they got about 15 yards for the end zone. Let's see what the Ducks do.
0-0 still. In the second quarter.
So we got Justin Cook spread out on the left, and Torres, and Jose Morel on the left side. And then you got Granville all alone on the right. Or actually, nobody's on the right side. And Montgomery's going to let it fly. And Granville with the catch. So that's going to put the Ducks on the board and on top 6-0, pinning the extra point. That was a great 4th down play. We got 2:40 left in the first quarter. So you got Granville's QB, and he throws it to Montgomery too low. He still could have caught that, but it is no good. So that's going to be 6-0. Ducks take an early first quarter lead.
Hate it. Hate it. Run it to him. God. We almost hit that way. Get out the field.
So we heard Shaggy got caught pregnant and ran away.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
He didn't quit it.
He hit it a couple times, and we thought we got lucky. Sure enough, it's funny because he takes off and he leaves, and we couldn't find him. And sure enough, the pound got him. We were gonna get him. They charged us, man. Fuck it, he didn't want to be here. His own. And sure enough, like 2 days later, we look at Cola. She's just fucking huge. I think she's probably gonna have 2 or 3 puppies.
Sure,
They're gonna be
Buster will
cute
step
ass
in.
puppies.
So we got Hatfield with the kickoff. Pedraza's returning it. And he's tackled immediately.
Gotta let us know whenever they have it.
Yeah, well, I was telling Mom's trying to bogart, and I'm like, hey, okay, yeah, bogart, like keep him. Let's say, I get over Urban Dick Sheep. She's trying to keep him, and I'm like, shit, I better get half the litter, but we can't keep him because we already got clean UJ dogs in the apartment.
So this is going to be the Olympians' first possession of the game. And they're right on him. And that's going to be bad play.
Yeah, I mean, if he has the ball down there, that's incidental.
He's trying to grab his flag if he had the ball.
Yeah, that's almost flag guarding.
So it looks like it's going to be Robinson's back. And he throws it to Trey Norman, who's able to get by one guy and then tackled by Morel. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter with the score 6-0. Ducks on top.
Not me. Who?
So let's see if the Olympians can score here and get on the board. Now, if you do notice, number 10, Isaiah Jones, is now with the Olympians. This is the second game with him. He was traded 2 weeks ago from the Bandits. And Dave Robson lets it go to Smith, was able to get past one guy, still on his feet. Finally tackled by Granville. So it's going to be first and goal on the 15-yard line, looks like. So from left to right, we got Holloman, we got Hayes, we got Isaiah Jones, we got Zeke Pedraza, Trey Norman, and Corey Holman with David Robinson back for QB. And he's letting it fly right off the bat to Zeke. Great tackle by Jose Torres. He's definitely one of their stars on the Ducks, offensively and defensively. And it looks like the Ducks have a late substitution. They better swap quickly. Let's see. Oh, and Robinson dumps it off to Zeke. And great pull by Granville to stop him from getting in the end zone. It's going to be third down and goal on the 1. So the Olympians are going to have 2 plays here to get in the end zone.
Where's Derek at? Didn't Derek leave?
Yeah.
What? Who's he? Who did Zach stay with? I hope he didn't just forget his kid.
So Robinson's lining up his offense, telling his wide receivers what routes he wants them to run. And he throws it immediately to Holloman, who drops it. It's going to be 4th down and goal. The Ducks need a stop here. If they can stop him, that can definitely drive the momentum, which is already on their side, being up 6-0. So the Olympians look like they're starting their Olympian bunch formation, and it's a drop back to Trey Norman, who is pulled, and he's in there. They're going to say he made it in there. So that's going to tie it up 6-6, pinning the extra point. Looks like the Olympians are going to go for 1. So it looks like the refs are talking it over, make sure they're got the right call.
We're gonna need a time.
So like I said, the refs are talking about it. They want to make sure to make the right call. So it is, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown, so they're going to be going for one. So let's see what the Olympians do to try to get this extra point. Oh, and he just throws it a little too high for Holman. So the score is going to remain 6-6. We got 6:15 left in the second quarter. Six to six. So Deion Smith with the kick, and it looks like it's going to put them at the 40. So the Ducks will be taking over on the 40. Looks like they're trying to get reorganized on offense. 4 minutes left in the first half. And if for those who are unfamiliar with our rules, the clock is a continuous clock. It only stops within the last 2 minutes of each half on a out of bounds play or a turnover on downs or a timeout. So the clock is ongoing. Montgomery's going to step up, and he dumps it off to Hadfield. It looks like Payne was able to get to him first. So the Ducks could have to do something here on offense. They want to stay in this game. It is tied up 6-6. It would be great to go into halftime with the lead. But they're going to have to pull that trigger. Montgomery's going to have to pull the trigger on the ball a little bit faster. Everybody was getting on fucking his own team like he's not there. So let's see what Montgomery's got lined up. Morrell drops back, and he throws it to Torres, and it's a terrible throw. Torres was open. It was just short and off the mark. So it is going to be third down. Ducks need 20 for the line to gain, so they need a good 25 to 30 yards for the first. So let's see what the Ducks do here on third down. And he steps up, and he throws it to Cook, and it was there, but he wasn't able to hang on to it. It's going to bring up fourth down. They are electing to go for it, which I don't know if this is the best call going into the halftime, close to the halftime, tied 6-6. I would punt it and put the Olympians back in their side of the field. And that is the 2-minute warning, so 2 minutes left in the first half. Montgomery's dropping back. He throws it back to Granville. It looks like he's going to throw it. He makes a move, and he throws it to Morrell. And it was not catched. It did hit the ground. So that is a turnover on downs. That's going to put the Olympians with great field position to possibly score before halftime.
Hey, throw the ball.
So it's first down Olympians. Let's see what they do on offense. It's a quick pass to Norman. Was able to get by some guys before he's finally tackled by Granville. Second down. Olympians taking their time. Ducks aren't even rushing. And he's going to let it fly to Trey Norman, and he just, I think the wind took that one. So the clock is still rolling, and it looks like Olympians are going to call a timeout.
Is that like a sport or something? Is it sport, right?
So here we go. Olympians trying to score before half, and Robinson just throws it back to Trey Norman. It's an errant throw, so that is going to be incomplete pass, and it's going to drop them back, way back.
Why is the ball right
Looks like Robinson's going to go deep to Deion Smith, and nice play on the ball by Granville.
Damn, that dude just hit a home run. Came right over here. That's why they sound that little horn.
That is halftime, and the score is tied up 6-6. Y'all stay tuned for the second half.
Oh, still. No audio at all?
No, I mean, the clips have audio, but that's not the audio we want to play. I need
Voiceover?
the audio to it.
We probably need some background music. I'll find some beat or something.
Yeah, if you got something, that's the only thing it needs. Everything else is already done. And it looks pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Timing of everything, yeah.
You need to send it to me. Send me the file so I can edit the audio. Or what I do is I'll add the audio and then I'll send it to you so you can put it. Well, if I had Final Cut Pro, I'd be able to do it.
Well, I told you I can get it to you. You just got to sign in.
So the Olympians will be starting the second half on the 40. A kick went out of bounds. So that puts them right in midfield. Let's see what the Olympians do. If I was the Ducks right here, I'd put more pressure on David Robinson. He can't run due to his injury, so he pretty much has to stand still. So there shouldn't be any reason why. There it is. Exactly what I was speaking of. Great play by Cody Paul. So that's going to drop them back 7 yards. And that's the bad thing about playing when you're trying to play through injury is, you know, as a quarterback, you have to be able to move fast or make fast decisions. So let's see how they do on second down. So the Olympians are in their Olympian bunch formation. All right, second down. Robinson's going to let it go to Trey Norman, who's tackled immediately by Jose Morel. So that's another loss of 3 yards. Looks like the Ducks defense is stepping up in the second half. Now the Ducks are sitting at 1-4, and the Olympians are 3-2. Now they are in two separate conferences. The Ducks are in the National Mid-Cities Conference, and the Olympians are in the American Mid-Cities Conference. So this is interconference play, but both teams definitely need a win to stay in the race to contention for the playoffs. David Robinson's back, and he throws it to Norman, and it is not caught. So once again, that's going to drop them back about 12 yards. They initially started on the 40, and they're back on the 15, it looks like. So they are going to punt.
They're calling those regular incomplete.
They are. They're not because there's no fumble. We talked about it earlier.
No, but if the ball's behind it, isn't that
We don't have fumbles. Yes, it's still incomplete.
so if they lateral behind the line of scrimmage, then how are they
We
able
don't keep track of laterals. That's the thing.
So
if there's no
bad
lateral,
punt.
I get the well,
You
the
see what I'm
lateral
saying?
is backwards.
Yeah,
Pass.
that's what it would have.
Okay, but wouldn't it be dead at where it falls because it's the same
It was.
thing as they haven't been calling that consistently. Because I've seen numerous where they just say it's an incomplete pass and they go back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And if it's behind them,
It should be dead
It
right
should
there.
be dead
If
at
it's a
the
lateral,
spot
so we
because
gotta
it's the same thing.
confirm it because that was on that earlier today. That should happen.
So Deion Smith, there was a penalty on the play, so he got to re-kick it, and Jose Morel's going to return it for the Ducks. And he makes a nice move. Still up, finally tackled by Kevin Cunningham. Where he throws it to Morel, and he's a fast guy. He made it. Deion Smith miss, and it looks like he's a little short of the first. So it's going to be 4th down, and 20's the line to gain. Oh, and he's got 1 yard. I'd run it at this point. And he's got Morrell wide open, and he overthrows him, and he was completely uncovered. So that is going to be a turnover on downs.
Larry.
So that's a turnover on downs, and it's going to be the Olympians taking over. Cheeky can't be reffing because he's a player. So it's a pitch to Norman. Norman being able to evade people and gets upfield. I think Mike was going to take over. Huh? I don't know. We are too. It's 6 to 6.
6 to 6. Okay.
Oh, and that is a good sack by Nate Hatfield. So like that will bring us into the fourth quarter with the score 6 to 6. So it's a very good game going on. So let's see what the Olympians decide to do. So he fakes it, and he's trying to find a receiver. He's got a receiver open. He pitches it to him, number 12, I believe Cunningham, who makes one guy miss. But is stopped short of about the 35-yard line. And it looks they are going to bring it back. So we will see what the call was, if any. So quarterback gets it. He's back to pass, trying to find an open receiver. He has good blockers. He's able to get it off, makes one guy miss, but not before number 7, Torres, is able to get him down. He's back to pass again. Lets it go. Same receiver. Same result. Stopped short by, I believe, Cook. Call that a sack. So there was some confusion of what down it was. It turned out to be fourth down. So with that sack, that will now give the Ducks good field position to try to score and take the lead in this game. So that is a good catch by number 7, Torres. Montgomery back to pass. And he is sacked by Norby. So again, back to pass, trying to find an open receiver. He's just going to rush for it himself. And tackled by number 2, Artavius Hayes. So they are just shy of the 20-yard line. They're about 5 yards away. So if they can get the first, they can get a new set of downs and try to milk some of this clock off and score. So Montgomery finds an open receiver, and he's just thrown outside. So let's see how the Ducks respond if they can actually get it to the 20 to get a fresh set of downs. They've kind of stalled out on a couple of drives previously. And that is just an ill-advised throw downfield by number 12, Montgomery. So the Olympians will take over on downs after that ill-advised throw. So with just over 2 minutes, and they are going to call a penalty on number 86 for roughing the passer. You can grab his flag, but you cannot grab him and swing him around. So let's see with the 2-minute warning. Let's see exactly what will happen here and who will have the last say and who wins this game.
Robinson dropping back. Throws it to Zeke. Zeke's got hips, and he's tackled by Granville. So that is enough for the first down. Now, if you're the Ducks, you got to pay attention to the clock because the clock is still rolling. And they did call a timeout. Good call by the Ducks. So they have one more timeout.
So we're going to do it up bigger. It's time to celebrate. How about some free tickets?
Going to repeat second down. And Robinson lets it go.
This is the thing though with he doesn't move. So I'm gonna have to talk to Zeke, and if he can't move, you don't want to risk any more injury from him, and him can hurt possibly. Yeah, I mean the waiver's fine. He's just still, he's up there. Today because he never appeared in the game so far. Well, he didn't injure with us at all, so. But,
So it's going to be 5-yard penalty for contact. So it's going to repeat third down. I believe it's going to repeat. No, it's going to be second down. The 20 is the line of game for the first. It's a quick pass to Trey Norman, who was finally tackled by Jose Torres. So the Ducks are going to use their final timeout.
Check, Larry. What?
No. He didn't call you for the flag. He called you for the false start.
Yeah. I think you were lined up over within a 1 yard because I didn't hear a flag. I thought he said. No. I think it was offsides. They called it wrong. I don't think they called that, but.
So here we go. I believe there's a minute 12 left in the game. Let's see what the Olympians do. They are in their Olympian bunch. They got Trey Norman coming back, and it's a quick pass to Deion Smith, and a great catch. That is a first. Great catch by Deion Smith. Way to hang on to the ball.
What up, KB? You ready to take that L tomorrow?
Yeah. Off. And sacked by Hatfield. And the Olympians called their final timeout of the game with 37 seconds left in the game. This is going to be a close one. Let's see. We might be going into overtime. So it is second and goal. And he's going to go deep to Norman, and he just overthrows him. I think it was in the right spot. Just Norman couldn't get to it.
Clock is still rolling. Clock is still rolling.
So it's fourth down. Looks like the Olympians are going to sit on the.
Hey. Hey. Casey. Casey. That's third timeout. They're out of timeouts.
Control the rest of it. Okay, so there's some confusion as to what the down was and where the ball is going to be spotted. So they are going to go for a field goal to try to win the game. And that is going to be a good field goal that will put them on top 9-6. So they are on top 9-6 with that field goal. And I think there was some confusion that the Ducks felt was called incorrect, so we will have to check on that But as of now, the Ducks are trailing 9-6 with 2 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah,
They said they weren't out of timeout.
they had
They called 2 timeouts. They shouldn't have been allowed to even kick the field goal. They called a timeout and the ball spotted up 10 yards to kick the field goal.
Yeah, no, that one is controversial. So,
It was the Ducks that were out of timeout.
both of them were out. So with that terrible kick, that will put the Ducks at the 40-yard line. And it will be 1 play left to go in this game. You know, the Olympians are just going to send everybody deep and prevent them from completing the pass. So let's see how this one ends. So he pitches it back, and he's got a defender. So he's trying to lateral. He pitches it back to one. Nate Hatfield pitches it back to another. And it is intercepted by Norman, who is still going. And that is it. That is the ball game, with the Olympians defeating the Ducks with the score of 9-6. That will improve the Ducks, or it will improve the Olympians for 2-0 on the day. Will drop the Ducks to 0-2 on the day. So it's been a great one for the first half of week 3 here at Mid-Cities Flag Football League. We look forward to bringing you a lot more great games tomorrow when the AMCC conference takes the field. Until then, this is Mid-Cities Flag Football. We are Flag Football.